Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. Today we're going to do an oil pastel painting. I've been requested to do this for quite a while, and so I sprang for a $3 set of oil pastels. These are the Pastel brand. I don't know, they're between $3 and $5. I think I paid $3 for them. And you can find them at any craft supply store or online. They're very easy to come by. They're kind of small sticks, so they'll probably wear down fairly quickly, but I figured, you know, I haven't used oil pastels in quite a while. I thought it would be kind of fun to try. So there are a couple bulbs of garlic that one of my husband's co-workers gave him, and I thought that would make a really nice subject. So what I'm doing is just sketching the bulbs of garlic here. I put those two on a scrap of mat board that's the same kind as this. I just want to get the little basic details here and get the other bulb over here. Now you might be seeing it at a slightly different angle than I am, because I'm kind of looking at it kind of from here at an angle and you're looking straight down on it. So, you know, just keep that in mind as we're doing the demonstration. And oil pastels are fairly opaque. Let's see, I want to get this. I love that papery skin there. I don't know if I'll be able to get much detail in that. Alright, so I want to get some of the base color in here while I'm at it with this white stick. It hasn't worn down too much, we can see here, just a little bit. And now I want to grab some of this ochre color, just put a little bit in there where I see it. I'm just kind of building up because this is a fairly smooth mat board. I don't want to put too much on right off the bat, or it's going to lose the tooth. We've got this nice pale kind of lilac color. These don't have names on them. Oh yeah, wait, I'm sorry, they do. This one says Old Rose. Never mind that, they do have names on them. So I'm just going to build this up here. These, you know, I've never used expensive artist quality oil pastels before, but I've never really felt that the kids, you know, student oil pastels, there's anything wrong with them, like, you know, your Craypas or like even these. I think they're fine, but obviously if you were, you know, concerned about longevity, you'd want to probably, yeah, try the more light, fast, professional ones. Something I like to do though is take a little linseed oil or mineral spirits and liquefy them and use them as an underpainting for like another for an oil painting. I'm going in with this is pale brown. I can't believe they have names on them. I'm very shocked. Usually your kind of cheaper supplies don't bother with that. You can kind of turn it to get different edges, so you can get some sharper edges where you want them. You got this get that piece sticking up there. I'm going to get a shadow down while I'm at it before I get too far in here. I'm just using a kind of like an olive green that is similar to the mat board color, just to kind of base it in a little bit. And then I'm going to work this in somewhere, like maybe up into the stem a little bit, just to so the shadow kind of goes with the object. I think maybe I'll add a little bit of purple to that. Let's see how that looks. Let's add a little bit. I felt like I needed a little bit darker purple anyway, so we'll add a little bit of that in there. Colors aren't going to mix quite the same as they would with like a chalk pastel. It'll be a little different, but that's alright. All medium's a little different, but you know, once you get the hang of, you know, working, once you build your, you know, artistic vocabulary, you're going to realize that a lot of mediums have certain things in common, and you can use what you learned working in one medium. It can help build your experience, you know, build on what you learn from the next one. I'm sorry, that doesn't really make much sense, does it? So as I'm going now, building up my colors, it's starting to get really creamy and easy to work on. If that gets messy, just wipe that off with a rag when you're all done. Not a big deal. Alright, I'm going to go in here back with the white now. I'm really going to do some blending. I noticed there's some loose skin there that I couldn't really see before, so I'm going to put that in. Add my highlights. I don't think I'm going to need anything to blend with because these are new. Sometimes when oil pastels get a little older, they'll dry out a bit. But, you know, just have a little linseed oil handy and you can remedy that a little bit. I'm going to get that highlight in there. Oil pastels lend themselves to a very expressionistic type of drawing and art. There's not as much control. I mean, you could sharpen it with a knife, but I think you'd end up losing a lot of your material if you did that. Use a little bit of that and just to break that out. I feel like I want a little bit of a warm brown in here too. So let's see, I think I'll use this. This is Van Dyke Brown. I think I need some of that kind of at the base of the roots there. And up here in the stem maybe a bit, and on that loose skin. So even though something as simple as just a couple bulbs of garlic, it's a great thing to paint because you can force yourself to see all the little differences and details, and that's what makes you a good painter. That's what makes you an artist, because you start noticing those things. You start noticing how light hits things, and you know, we just say, well, that's just a white bulb of garlic, boring, snooze town, Lindsay, like I'm gonna do that. But then when you really look, you say, well, I see purple and I see yellow and I see cream and I see all these other colors that I took for granted before. I never really noticed before. So, you know, sometimes it's, you know, you should really paint some of those simple things sometimes. I feel like I need a little bit more golden in there. A little golden in this skin that's coming around. So now I want to look at that first. I'm looking at it in the monitor. I want to see how that looks. I think I might even zoom in with the monitor here. Let me zoom into the camera because I'm thinking I might want to do a little blending with some, I'm just going to use that blending solution because I think I want to pour it out into something though. This is a Spectrum Noir blending solution. It's just Gamsol, but I think that would be really nice to use. And let me put that right over there so you can see it. And I think I'm going to use a pointy Q-tip. You could use a paintbrush as well. I might, you know, you might actually want to use a paintbrush because it Q-tip might end up wiping too much away. But then you can really paint with it because it's really, it turns this into oil paint. So if you're using the Portfolio water-soluble oil pastels, you just use water at this point. I think it does seem, I haven't used these since I discovered the Portfolios actually. I think these are more opaque and creamier than the Portfolios now. So I actually might prefer these. And I'll just, you know, the reason I took this, like when I use colored pencils, I usually just work right from the bottle of the Gamsol, the Crafter's Companion Gamsol there. But since this, I worry that it might release some of the color into the container, so I don't want that to happen. So that's why I'm doing it on its own. I'm pretty pleased with the way this is coming out. I just kind of snuck down here to work on this, and I thought, what the heck, I'm going to turn the camera on. I don't know if it's going to come out very well because I haven't worked with oil pastels in years, but I'm really pleased with it, with the way it's coming out. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but I've had the door to my studio open all day, and a couple horseflies came in, and they are buzzing around and just driving me crazy right now. I like to leave the bulkhead open in the day when I work because that way the dog can come in and come and go as she wants, and I can hear what's going on outside, and I can take a step out if I want to get a breath of fresh air. So I like to have it open as long as the weather's nice, and it just brings some nice fresh air into my basement studio. But then every once in a while you get like a cricket in here, or you'll get, sometimes you'll get a salamander, you never know. Always something new and interesting. I'm just going to spread that out. And let's get into this roots here. I think that I might switch to the other end because I don't want the roots to become muddy with that lighter pigment. Some over here. And I want to liquefy that a little bit. There, I like the way that's coming out. I want to liquefy my shadow because I really don't want that to be too lively. And again, you don't have to use the solvent. You could keep it if you keep it just the way it is. Now I want to start just adding a few more details and then I'm going to be done. I'm not going to do too much on this. It's just a simple study. I'm going to put some more, so make sure you can see what I'm doing here. Put some more of that in there. That purple just to kind of add some definition. A little over there. I do notice that after you've added the Gamsol, it doesn't want to, the new stuff doesn't want to stick quite as well, but it is letting it stick a little bit there. Sometimes I exaggerate the colors because I just really want to add some interest. And that's fine. Some more of that purple shadow on the bottom. I feel like I lost my shadows. I got 3 lights pointing in here, so I got some conflicting shadows. So I just want to make sure that my shadows make sense, because generally you wouldn't have 3 lights pointing on a subject from different angles, but that's kind of how I have to light for the camera. Gosh, I feel very mellow right now. I feel like this is like a super mellow narration. I hope everyone's still awake. And just give a little bit more texture to it. A little skins there, the little, I want to say onion skin, but it's not onion skin, it's garlic skin. There we go, and I'm going to add a little bit of highlight. I feel like I want a little more brown in there though. That's really like I don't know what you say, it's very squiggly. The roots are very squiggly. I just want to add some squiggly roots with that pale brown there. And I'm going to go in with white one last time and put my highlights in. And anywhere I feel like it just needs a sharpened up edge. Highlight some of the bumps on the cloves here. And there you have it. Well, I feel like I need a little more squiggles. My roots, I lost my definition of my roots. Alright, well there you have it, a very quick demonstration using the inexpensive Pentel oil pastels, a little bit of blending solution or mineral spirits, whatever you have, and there you have it. I do hope you enjoyed this. If so, please give me a thumbs up, and if you know anybody else that's into drawing and painting and would be interested in this tutorial, please share it with them so we can share the love. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, happy crafting.